YouTube. Today we're here with the Literary Dinner Party book tag.
The tag was created by Renee at Nahomas2. We'll have a link to her channel below.
The first question is going to be one character who can cook or likes to cook. My answer for that was Soo-yeon Woo from the Joy Luck Club. And she's a mother, and she's known for cooking.
And my character is kind of cheating because I haven't read the book, but I've seen the movie, and Robin assures me that the movie character and book character are basically identical. So that is Minnie Jackson from The Help. She was famous for her cooking, especially her chocolate pie that she gave Hilly, but she also taught, I think her name's Cece, I could be wrong about that, how to cook, and yeah.
The next question is one character that has money to fund the party, and the character that I chose is Sam Westing from the Westing game, and he puts on this whole murder mystery. He makes everyone think that he was murdered, and everyone that he brought to live in those apartments, they all thought that someone in those had killed him, and he ended up pretending to be 4 different people. Anyway, he's a rich guy, and he actually funded somebody's education in the book. So.
My character is Cricket Bell from Lola and the Boy Next Door, partially because he's one of my favorite male characters ever, and I had to get him in here somehow. He's like the great-great-great-grandson of Alexander Graham Bell, so he and his family have a lot of money, so I chose him.
The next question is one character that might cause a scene. The character that I chose is Hamish from the Hunger Games trilogy. I always found him amusing, and I think any sort of scene that he starts would be a welcome addition to my party.
My character is Tiny Cooper from Will Grace and Will Grayson. He's a very large character, both in personality and size, and very dramatic, so I could count on him to break out into song or something at any given moment.
The next question is a character who is funny and amusing, and I chose Fred and George. They go hand in hand, so I don't care. I'm just doing both of them. And they're funny. Obviously, they made their own joke shop, so favorites.
My character, I had a hard time choosing just one. Actually, most of them came from Harry Potter, but the one I settled on was Tonks, or Nymphadora Tonks, just because she's hilarious and she's a fellow Hufflepuff, so I had to add her in somewhere. You know, she could change her appearance. Like in the movie, at one point, she's making Ginny laugh. She's changing her face into a duck face or whatever, so that kind of thing.
The next question is one character who is super social, and I had trouble with this character. I don't know why it's hard to think of a social character, but I ended up saying Tonks. You know, she's amusing, she's social, and I think I said this in the first video, but when Remus and Tonks died in the books, it was probably what hit me the hardest.
My one person I chose was Margot Roth Spiegelman from Paper Towns. She isn't so social towards the end of the book, but her character was known to be kind of a social butterfly during school before the rest of the book happens, so I chose her. And the 6th question is one villain. The character I chose isn't actually a villain, but I would want them at my party, so I chose them anyway, and that's Severus Snape. Plus, he was written as a villain for the most of the series, and obviously, find out later, he's not so much a villain, and he's one of the most beloved characters out of the whole series for many fans, but the reason why I chose him as a villain is because that's the way he was written for 75% of it. So.
The villain that I chose wasn't really a villain either. She's just kind of a mean girl in the beginning, but she had her own reasons. And that was Calliope from Lola and the Boy Next Door. And I don't know, I liked her character. She was mean, but she was just afraid of losing her brother, so she had reasons behind her angst.
And the 7th question is one couple that you would invite. It doesn't have to be romantic minded. I chose Anna and Etienne from Anna and the French Kiss. I just like both of their characters a lot, especially Etienne. And whenever I read Lola and the Boy Next Door, it had been so long since I'd heard that that was going to be a book that I forgot it was a companion book. And when they showed up in the book, I kind of fangirl screamed. Sweet. I got really, really excited. So they're definitely 2 of my favorite characters.
The couple that I chose are Charlie and Sam from The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and they have a sort of Charlie has a crush on Sam throughout the whole book, but I wouldn't really consider it a romantic relationship, not even at the end when Sam leaves for college. But I think that their relationship is really endearing in the way that she treats Charlie, and she doesn't patronize him the way that a lot of other people do.
Yeah, she treats him like a little brother, but she's not looking down or talking down to him.
And the next question is one hero or heroine. And I chose Tris Pryor from the Divergent series. She puts herself on the line for the people around her, and actually it becomes a conflict between her and Four because she keeps putting herself out there in almost a suicidal way. But I admire her for the way, her selflessness, the way that she cares for other people.
The person I chose is kind of obvious, but I had to choose him, and that was Albus Dumbledore, for obvious reasons. I don't have to really explain that one. The 9th question is one underappreciated character. The character I chose for this was Beetee from Catching Fire. I guess Beetee and Wirus, but I can only choose one, so I chose Beetee. He is really an integral part in the whole scheme and plan that they have going on, unbeknownst to Katniss. So yeah, I don't think people really appreciated his part in the whole thing. But he's one of my favorite characters in Catching Fire, so.
Agreed. My character that I chose for the underappreciated character is Radar, who is Q's best friend in Paper Towns.
72 miles per hour.
72.
Sorry.
He's probably one of the most intelligent characters, not only in that book, but probably
in most books.
Yeah, in most books in the YA genre. And I think, you know, the way that he just helped Q and got him to New York.
Yeah. Or I think, was it New York? Everywhere.
Yeah.
They went everywhere.
Yeah, just the way that, you know, he helped out his friend. And he had the Omnictionary, which is sort of like Wikipedia, and he was sort of neurotic about keeping it up to date. And I like him.
And the last question is one character of your choosing. And I was in between two, but I had to choose Susie Salmon from The Lovely Bones, and I am just extremely attached to her character, just her point of view and her personality and everything. It's just, I would love to meet her.
And the character I chose was Alcide Herveau from the Suki Stackhouse series. Well, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Eye candy. Alright, so that is our literary dinner party tag. We weren't tagged by anybody, but we really wanted to do that. It's really creative and really fun. So, thank you, Renee, for creating that tag.
And thank you for watching our literary
dinner party tag. And if you decide you would like to do this tag, go ahead and leave it as a video response to Renee's channel. Like we said earlier, we will leave a link to it in the doobly-doo below. So, bye.
She's a mother, and she's known for cooking. But mostly, I like Suyeon's character because she was funny in an oblivious way. And I'm just going to share one of the quotes that, probably one of my favorite quotes of all time from her. And that man, he raised his hand at me like this, show me ugly fist and call me worst Fukian landlady. I not from Fukian, ha, he know nothing. Greatest quote ever.